Tonight, the Philadelphia Passion try to continue their dominance over the East. Could a surging Baltimore charm shock the LFL? Find out next on LFL Friday Night Football. Coming to you from Baltimore, Maryland, where they know two things: great seafood and football. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom Dorr. What an important matchup tonight between the undefeated Philadelphia Passion and a resurgent Baltimore Charm team that's making a strong case for the franchise first ever playoff berth. Alongside my partner, Sean Salisbury. And Sean, how about this Baltimore team? Last time we were here, the Charm were shellacked by the Orlando Fantasy, but since then, they've kind of found themselves, won a couple big games against Cleveland and Toronto to get back in this playoff conversation.
Tommy, after being embarrassed by Orlando in their home opener, few expected this Charm football team could or would recover. But they're a resilient bunch, staging an epic second-half rally to save their season in Cleveland and then demolishing the Toronto Triumph in a hostile road environment. Now they hope to parlay their recent success into a possible huge upset of a championship-caliber Philadelphia team. Tommy, Baltimore is led by their standout rookie running back, Kyle DeHaven, who is a one-woman wrecking crew. She can do it all on both sides of the field. Great vision, fantastic hands, and the body strength to challenge just about any defender in the league, and maybe even more than one. In fact, she very well may be the toughest player to tackle in the LFL. And speaking of defense, she stars there as well. Tied for the league lead in interceptions, multifaceted, multidimensional, and I could go on, but I think I'll give it back to you, Tommy.
That's a good idea. Sean, another weapon for Baltimore. Strong, steady play of their quarterback, Stacey Moon. She really is a big reason for their success so far this year.
No doubt, Tommy, and this game means a lot to her, she said. The question is, can the Baltimore offense stay on the field and keep Roach, who is the best player in this league by many standards, Bell and Lusby, and the high-powered Philly offense standing over there on the sideline?
For a look at the Philadelphia Passion and their talented running back, Mary Rose Roach, let's go to the third member of our broadcast team, Lauren Gardner.
Well, thanks, guys. The defending Eastern Conference champions are feeling even better about their chances of winning this year, and that's due in large part to game-breaking performances by their leader and reigning Offensive Player of the Year, Mary Rose Roach. Now, she is a fierce competitor, and it shows. 2 games played, 2 MVP awards. Now, Roach is leading the league in touchdowns and rushing yards per game. Need a quarterback? Well, Roach can do that too, leading the Passion in passing. And if that's not enough, Mary Rose is leading the league in interceptions. Many insiders feel that Mary Rose is on the verge of single-handedly leading a very experienced and talented team to a Lingerie Bowl 9 victory. Some even feel that she is a once-in-a-generation talent. Now, number 6 may exude quiet confidence, but her dominant play on the field speaks volumes. Guys?
Well, it's time to lace them up. Can Baltimore shock the LFL world and upset Philly? Or will the Passion continue their dominance of the East? Kickoffs coming up next.
This is Friday Night Football.
We're just seconds away from kickoff. Lauren Gardner is standing by with our 2 offensive signal callers. Lauren?
Hey, thanks a lot, guys. I'm alongside the Passion's quarterback, Mary Rose Roach. Big change in QB position. Was it due to an injury, or does Coach Brown just think you're a better fit for the position?
We're just trying to switch it up. This is a big game for us, so we thought we'd show Baltimore something new. Either way, Christy's a great quarterback, and we plan on doing what we have to do.
Thanks a lot, Mary Rose. Best of luck. All right, Stacey, big game for you. A little personal going up against Philly. Was a team you were caught from a few seasons ago. What is it like going up against them?
This game means so much to me. It's so personal to my heart coming from the Philly team last year, starting with them. I worked my ass off to get here, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to come out with a win here in Charm City right now!
All right, they're very excited down here, guys. Let's get this thing started.
All right, thanks, Lauren. Tonight's MGM Resorts International Betting Line has Philadelphia listed as a 14.5-point favorite. And how about the over-under? 57.5. Heather Roy has got it teed up. Here we go. Kyle DeHaven is back deep. She is very dangerous. Nice cut. Comes across the 15. Look out. She's at midfield and finally brought down. Kyle DeHaven starts this game off with a highlight reel.
Hey, Tommy, when you average, now that's the kickoff, but when you average every time we see her about a new area code per carry, Baltimore, make this your identity tonight.
Let's take a look at our offensive lineups. First of all, for Baltimore, the big star for me is Kyle DeHaven. Dual rushing, receiving threat, leads the league, yards per carry over 11 with 2 touchdowns. She can catch the football. And Ashley Helmstetter, a free agent pickup, proven a very valuable situational back this year. The starter, Casey White, injured. She has been terrific. There's Stacey Moon, has been outstanding at quarterback, reads the defense very well, and manages this team. Moon, receivers to the left side, fades back, got a little pressure, steps up, and the pass to Helmstetter is incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Okay, I don't mind that. Come out. Get the lineups for the pass time, but I don't mind that. You come out, at least establish that you want to put pressure on.
Jenna Robertson tied for the league lead in sacks, and Jenny Butler among the league leaders in tackles. This Philadelphia team defense is quick, and they're very strong. Make it 2nd and 10 now. Handoff, that Spencer comes around the right side. She's going to get 7, 8, maybe 9 yards on that carry.
Tommy, I love this, and here's why. We talk about an identity, and here's a replay. Just a little end around to the motion back, a little jet motion end around. Nice job to get 9 yards. You try to throw on 1st down, nothing there. It's okay, come back. 2nd and 10's okay. Get the 9 yards back. Now you dictate the flow, being in 3rd and 1. Keep an eye on Helmstetter, Wilson, and Latifah Williams up front. They moved the pile last time we saw, and Holly Wilson dominated at center.
DeHaven there behind Moon, and DeHaven's going to get it. Comes around the left side. She's got a 1st and goal down near the 5-yard line. Kyle DeHaven, an 8-yard run. Mary Rose Roach there on the stop.
There's your novel concept. When in doubt, give it to this. We call her a rookie, Tommy, because she is, but this is a beast.
Oh, absolutely.
And I mean that in the most affectionate way possible. She's as nice and as smart as you'll find in this league, but when her body and mind hit that field, it clicks in. This is Jekyll and Hyde, bam! And she wants to knock you out. She's done a great job of it every time we've seen her.
Motion now. Moon fades back. Little lob, and that pass is deflected. And I don't know if that was quite what they were looking for. Robertson with the deflection.
And Tommy, Stacey got pressure. At least she got it up. But make sure you're not throwing it. You don't want to give away turnovers in this red zone. Remember, 4 downs. You got to throw it at least twice on the 4 downs. If you can get the 1st down on the first 2 by running it, then it's a new set of downs, and that's fine. But that's the rule. But down in the red zone, you don't want to give the other team a turnover. You've got to come away with points against what you and I think is the best team in football, notwithstanding Vegas out west right now.
Moon gets him set. Handoff goes to DeHaven around the left side, tries to cut back, and she's going to get maybe a yard or 2. Roach there on the stop. DeHaven, let's give her credit for a couple. And now it's crunch time here, partner.
Well, they've run it once and throw it once. Is that correct, Tommy?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so they dictate the flow. Now, if it's me, and I'm not the smartest guy on the planet, just one of them.
Close, yeah, right.
Tommy, what's wrong with put the ball in DeHaven's hands both ways. Get a little shovel pass, throw the ball to her. Just put it in her hands and let that big body take care of business, and they're going to throw.
Motion goes to the far side. Moon fades back, rolls out. She's in trouble. Oh, hit hard by Mary Rose Roach. Moon gets up very quickly. They'll say no gain on the play. How about that from Roach? Holy cow.
Yeah, we'll talk about her offensive prowess the whole game, Tommy, but on defense, she may be just as good. With her and DeHaven, we got 2 special players on both sides of the ball.
Ouch.
Now, Tommy, great hit. The one thing about Philly's defense is that even if they're out of position for a second, Tommy, it's 4th down now, out of position. They're so fast, they get to the position so quickly, so their speed can actually make up for being out of position at times. There you saw 3-4 bodies in. Smart by Stacey Moon not to throw it and force something and put it under pressure, but you must score in the red zone against Philadelphia and match them touchdown for touchdown.
They've got to throw the football. It's 4th down. There is no punting. There are no field goals. It is 4th and goal. She'll fade back, drops the football. It's loose, and Philadelphia is going to get it. How about that? Oh, is that tough? No score. Baltimore cannot handle the snap. And with 12:32 left, Philadelphia will get it 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Roll it out. You got to control that snap.
This is Friday Night Football.
Welcome back to Baltimore. Let's go back down to the sidelines. Lauren Gardner standing by. Partner?
Well, thanks, guys. A pivotal component to tonight's game is going to be running back for Baltimore, Kyle DeHaven on both sides of the ball. Now, offensively, Philadelphia is going to use Mary Rose Roach. We all know about that now. Baltimore has DeHaven on her. Now, on the other side of the ball, it's Jenny Butler who is going to be spying her on defense. They hope to knock her out, knock her hard, knock her down, do it early, and make her a non-factor, guys.
All right, thanks, Lauren. 12:25 left, first half, no score. Philly's going to get the ball. Let's take a look at this Baltimore defense. Latifah Williams brings attitude to that front line. Very physical, very aggressive. Charlie Jackson, and a very opportunistic defender, tied for the league in interceptions with a couple. So Philly with the football now, and the move that they've made is to bring in Mary Rose Roach at quarterback. And Roach is just one of those special players. 5 tools, one of the best in the league, can absolutely do it all. And Lauren LaBella, don't lose sight of the 2010 All-Fantasy selection on the line. Doesn't grab the headlines, but a key contributor. Roach, unbelievable statistics. She can do it all. The key for her is right here. She's able to run that football. Here she goes. She's gone. First play from scrimmage. Mary Rose Roach takes it to the house.
Tommy, nice choice to put her at quarterback to start the game, huh? Not a bad deal. And you know, we're both Christy Bell fans. Led her team to the championship last year, but I think this is the dimension that they wanted to add. And they've got bodies on the bench that they wanted to have. You see her there hit the hole untouched to go the distance. They want some other bodies that are on the bench that don't get to see enough time. So now you have Roach's running and throwing ability and the ball in her hand, and they're going for 2 to start this game.
Historically, they've followed that press, go right side. She's going to try and cut back. Look at the ability of Roach. And waiting for the official signal. She's in. 8-0 Philly.
Well, we just saw a one-play drive and then a one-play two-pointer that she was able to stretch and get in the end zone.
I'm not sure she did.
I don't know if that's one of those that looks like they guessed on getting her in, but Roach is so good. And Baltimore, that's one of those where you're like, oh my gosh, did that hit us this quick, this fast? And yes, by the way, it did, and her name's Mary Rose Roach. But I'll tell you what Philly has now is the best backup quarterback in the league, maybe, Tommy, with Roach starting and Bell on the bench.
You've got one of the best insurance policies you could ever have.
No question.
So now Baltimore needs to answer. This is a team right now in Baltimore that's looking to make themselves known. They want to make the playoffs. They got an uphill struggle, no question about it. The East is loaded. Here's DeHaven, comes around the left side. DeHaven across the 20, out near midfield, very close to a first down.
Nice job of swarm tackling and gang tackling a bunch of bodies around Kyle DeHaven, and it's going to take that. You're not going to get her down with one hand or one body. There you see she'll stiff arm you, runs through 1, and 2 and 3 come up and make a play, and a nice job, and then 4 and 5 come in a little bit late to secure it. But Tommy, if you're Baltimore, you made a great point. They must answer. Well, here they have the ball. They take it down the distance. They're inside the 5-yard line and come away with no points. Philadelphia responds with a one-play drive. Now Baltimore got to go back. You don't want to be in a chase mode against Philly.
No, you can't. Motion goes to the right side. Fading back look, steps up, throws, and fired one in there. Kind of forced it in, looking for Ashley Helmstetter, and the pass is incomplete.
Well, they've gone to that little quick out area, in the area over there on the right flap to Helmstetter twice from her offensive, whether you want to call it offensive guard or tackle position, because we have 3 linemen, but everybody's eligible. So really, it's almost a kind of a tight end position, Tommy. But we've seen that, and you know how I am. Those interior 3, a lot of times people don't deal with them, especially your center. Helmstetter's the right guard / right tight end. And I think they'll try to work that, but you got to get plays and you got to get yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Make it 2nd and 10 now. Handoff. Helmstetter gets it, and she's going nowhere. Ashley Helmstetter tried to come around the right side, and Philly right there. There's Helmstetter. And Sean, you've mentioned she's a multi-talented player.
Well, and not only a multi-talented player, Tommy, but what a story. The girl drives flies from all over drive. I was going to say a kid and say she flies from about 1,000,000 miles away to go practice and play for this team. But she makes long trips and stays at hotels, stays at friends to actually play for this team. Because remember, she was in Miami last year and decided she wanted to play more, and so she sacrifices a lot to be a football player.
Moon fades back. Looking, pitches right side, pass is caught by Devers, and they're going to say that she was out of bounds right there. Whitney Peranish had her. Gain of 1. There it is.
Tommy, I like Christina Deaver's game. We haven't seen enough of her because they don't get her the ball yet, but you will start to see more of her. She's about 5'2", 5'3", but she's got that explosive lower body and quickness. So if you can get her in space, she can make some plays. And I'd like to see them evolve obviously with DeHaven and Helmstetter, but getting her more involved too, because I think she can be a weapon out on the perimeter.
Big play here. 4th and 9.
Nice.
Hands off. Goes to the big player. And DeHaven is going to get very close to a first down, and they will mark it, yes, first down.
That is great football execution. Nice job. Little inside handoff, and then bam, turn right around and give it to DeHaven. And Tommy, fast and aggressive teams, what do you do to them? You misdirection them. And that's exactly because they flow so well. Nice quick inside and reversed handoff to get Kyle DeHaven on the perimeter. And if you allow DeHaven to break contain, it's a bad idea. And I think that's the biggest weakness for all teams in this league, Tommy, is that when I say outside contain fans at home, picture yourself being the last person on the outside of the play. Keep your outside arm free and force everybody in to help where all your bodies are. If you let them break that contain, it's a defensive sin.
First down now. Moon. Motion goes to the right side. In trouble with the snap. Now throws it and threw that one away. Just threw that over everybody, and it'll be second down.
Now, here's what I've tried to tell quarterbacks that I train, Tommy, at the high school and college level, and you can even say it to NFL quarterbacks plenty. We see it. And now in the LFL, is on first down, when you throw the football, if it's not there, it's okay. Now you tell guys in leagues where we have a kicking a field goal is okay. Even punt every now and then is okay. In this, we don't punt, but it's okay to tee it up. You got second, third, and fourth down. Don't throw it to the other team if it's not there, and great job by Stacy.
Motion goes to the far side. Handoff to DeHaven. Makes a cutback, goes up the middle. And that Philadelphia interior is awfully tough.
On both sides of the ball, Tom. You mentioned Lauren LaBella on the offensive side with her and Jenna Robertson, and Heather Roy. But their interior is so good. We talk about all the people who can run and make plays in the secondary and Roach on defense. But I believe, and you and I have talked about this on and off camera, on and off air, I believe that their offensive and defensive fronts almost control this football team because they make it go.
Moon kind of directing traffic here. It's third down. 3rd and 9 as she'll fade back, look into the end zone, steps up, throws, and it is incomplete, knocked away. Looking for Kyle DeHaven, no surprise, and pretty good job by Philly to knock this one down.
Very nice job. They're not letting anybody get behind him. They're keeping people in front of them, and they got 2 people back there making a play. Excellent job and smart football. I believe Roach was one of them that was back there, Tommy, and Piranish, who, they just do a great job of making sure that there's not a whole lot of free open people, and if there is, they swarm in a hurry.
4th down now. Big 4th down play for Baltimore. They've been here once. Back again. Steps up, looks, throws. Oh, it's incomplete. It is incomplete, and Philadelphia has held a tough finish for Baltimore on 2 straight drives. Mary Rose Roach got it started. First play from scrimmage, she took off down the right side and scored a touchdown, brought the 2-point conversion to the house. It's 8-0 Philly. Back here in Baltimore, and after Philly holds, now it's Philadelphia ball, 5:44 left in the first half. Very interesting first half, very good defensive job by Philly. They bend, but have not broke. Now let's see what happens when they get the football again. Roach at quarterback. Starts to roll out. Oh, now steps back. She's going to throw this baby long, and it's overthrown and incomplete. Looking for Tyra Lusby with 1 step, Sean. She threw that over Lusby's head.
Well, arm strength is not a problem, and Lusby's speed isn't either. Just too much arm. Tommy, I love that. A little Tebow in them. You know where they run to the line, stop like it's going to be a run, and then pull up and hit a pass? Nice job. Don't be surprised if that's not the last time they go to that, especially with the threat of Mary Rose Rose. Again, keep an eye on Roy, LaBella, and Robertson up front, who may be as good in physical offensive line interior 3 we have in the league.
5 minutes left in the first half. Philly up by 8, make it 2nd and 10. Now Roach on a keeper, makes a little indecision and still gets 4 yards on the play. Kiana Michaels with the stop.
See me celebrating and dancing like they do over here?
Yeah, I wonder what you're doing.
Michaels got star quality in this league. Nice job. Now here's how you get Roach. Powerful legs, grab her, hold her, and bring her to the ground. Solo unassisted tackle. How many times have we seen that in this league, Tommy, by her against Roach? Not very many,
against
right?
Roach, yep.
Nice job by Michaels making the play.
All right, make it third down now. Third down and about 6 or so to go for the first down. Roach fades back, lobs this one over the middle, and it's intercepted. Charlie Jackson picks it off. Jackson to the 20, inside down to about the 17-yard line. Huge play for Baltimore. They are right back in this.
Great job by Charlie in the anticipation. Here's what happens, Tommy, as you're throwing a seam route. There's a way to do it. You got to throw it above the linebackers and not too high so it doesn't float on you before the safety gets there. That one was too much air on it, so it floated, and you threw it over your seam route's head. Secondary sitting back there to make a play. If you know what I'm saying, Ty, if I can describe, you want just enough arch to get it over the underneath coverage, but not so much where it floats, where it just comes down quickly to your seam route. That ball's got to be caught in that 12 to 16-yard range, just a little too high. And there's Morgan Spencer with the change-up pitch.
Yeah, she comes in. She's a little bit better runner than Stacy Moon. Now rolls out to the right side. A little triple option looking for DeHaven, and DeHaven will get a couple, but not going very far.
Little change-up, Tommy, and that's kind of an unconventional way to run the option with a two-handed pitch. But bringing in, Spencer, tall, a little taller than Stacy Moon, obviously. And when you look at him, Tommy, it's uncanny resemblance from the neck up on their face, isn't it?
Yeah, thank you.
And different play. Oh, just giving you a little love there.
I did make that mistake a little earlier this year.
I loved it, but it was great because you know what? Had I not been standing there and know it, it was easy mistake to make.
Absolutely, yeah.
Let's see if Spencer can get this going, running this option.
Gets him set. Fades back. This is quarterback one run all the way. Oh, nice cut back to the left side. Inside the 10, down near the goal line. Morgan Spencer, a terrific cutback to the left side. And partner, that set it all up.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I introduce to you Morgan Spencer Tim Tebow. Nice job by her. Great vision getting in there. Obviously have brought her in, Tommy, to move the chains, running the football. She's that, you mentioned, great job by you of she's the one who controls the clock, running the football and takes care of her business. Now that's a good option pitch. And a nice little quarterback draw built in.
And here's Moon right
like
back
the Wildcat or the Wild Charm, Tommy.
The Wild Charm. Stacy Moon back in. Moon gets him set down at the goal line. It's a quarterback keeper with DeHaven behind her pushing. Ball came out, but the official said didn't matter. Touchdown. A big touchdown against Philadelphia. Baltimore gets 6 on the board.
Tommy, they've had trouble converting down here in the red zone in this game. Nice job. How's the irony for this? You bring in Morgan Spencer to run it 2 times, and Stacy's your passer, so you make the change back to Moon, and she runs it in, a little quarterback sneak to get it in the end zone. Huge answer by Baltimore after failing to get in there on their first trip down. You can't let Philly have any space and be in a chase mode, as we mentioned, because once they get going, they're kind of like when Oregon's going good or Oklahoma State, not to mention this past week at Tubby, but their offenses. And when you get going, or a Green Bay Packer type, and when they get going, you just can't stop them. And that's Philadelphia, so you got to answer them early all the time.
Clock is stopped. We'll have our 2-minute warning coming up in a second. 8-6 is Baltimore looking for 2 points on this conversion. Moon fades back, looking, finds Helmstetter, and there is no room at the end. Terrific job, Philadelphia, doing your job, not trying to help anybody else out, and making the stop. We'll be back for more LFL action after the break.
This is Friday Night Football.
8-6, Philly with the lead, and now Philly gets it back after the Baltimore touchdown. Exactly 2 minutes left here in the first half. What's been a very entertaining first half. Let's see what Philly comes back to answer with. First and 10. Roach, direct in traffic. In for Christy Bell, and it's a very high snap. Look out, this one's back in the end zone. She's got to get out, and she just does. Gets out to about the 3-yard line. Kyle DeHaven among others that were there, and Sean, that was almost a couple points.
Yes, and Tommy, you won't see Jenna Robertson do that very often in the gun snap. We got a little bit of battle going on we got here, and I kind of like this. I like when people get after each other as long as it doesn't hurt your team and you get flagged or kicked out. But Tommy, I mentioned Jenna Robertson. She doesn't snap the ball like that very often. She's been consistent, whether you're under center or whether you're in the gun. And remember, she replaced a girl who was really good in Donna Ferry last year. Tommy is an excellent player. Now Jenna's on this team doing it. She's got big shoes to fill, but she's done it great this year, and there's a reason why with that offensive line, coupled with Mary Rose Roach's talent, that you can have such great stats as they do in Philly.
Loss of 12, make it 2nd and 22 now. Roach looking long, throws, and oh, that's a terrific throw. Piranish just couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Sean, that ball was right there.
An excellent throw. It intended, great play by Kelly Campbell in the secondary. Kelly didn't draw the start, I don't think, tonight, did she, Tommy?
Nope, I don't think so.
And nice job by Kelly running, stride for stride down the outside with Piranish, and a good job of breaking it up. Now, Mary Rose Roach on the play before, Tommy, on that bad gun snap, did the great thing. A lot of people would have fallen on it, afraid of a touchdown for the other team. She did a great job and got a good bounce. Got it out of the end zone, so you didn't take a safety, because I got news for you. Those 2 points are huge, and that would have helped for your missed extra point as well. Nice job by Campbell in the second.
Oh, yeah. 3rd down now. 3rd and 22. Roach in the end zone. Here she comes. She's going to bring it out. Great job getting out of one tackle. She's across the 50, out to about the 22, 23-yard line. Let's call it a gain of 20 and make it 4th and short for Philly.
Wow, how quickly it changed. Now look at their hurrying up. Now you can't kill the clock now, Mary Rose. Make sure you understand game situation. 4th down.
And now they want to call a timeout. Chandler Brown thought, let's make sure everybody knows what they're talking about.
I'm not so sure that Philly. Now, great job by Roach with a little hesitation and a designed quarterback hesitation draw. You can't miss that tackle. I know it's tough with Roach, but see, now we got 5 or 6 bodies around Roach. You got to do that on the first initial tackle. Tommy, I think they came up so quick. I don't know if they recognized the situation. They snapped it so quick. What if Roach would have killed that clock with a gun snap? It's her first start at quarterback this year. And it's easy to forget those things and realize if you kill it on 4th down, it's the other team's ball. And I think that's a wise move by Philadelphia's head coach Chandler Brown to call timeout. With 52 seconds, that's an eternity for this team. They could score from anywhere on the field in a hurry, as well witnessed by their first snap from center on offense where they scored with Roach. So I think that's a wise move, 52 seconds. You can be in a hurry, but you don't have to panic. Huge defensive stand must be had here by Baltimore as well.
Christy Bell is in at quarterback now, the starter for most of the season. Bell with a very high snap. Gets a little shovel pass ahead for Roach. He's got a first down and more. Inside the 15, down to about the 12-yard line.
At times, I think Mary Rose Roach is too good for this league at times. I'm not saying too good is like uppity. You know what I'm saying? Tommy, just so talented. And there's so many great players. But every time we see her, Tommy, she does stuff like that.
And Bell wants to spike the football here.
That's smart. Smart play clock management.
Yep.
Good job. College teams and NFL teams could take a page out of that. How to operate it. You bring your quarterback in for this drive. High snap again. Boy, Robertson, that's I know she's got her hands full with somebody over her to block, but nice job getting it to Roach. And I like this change, Tommy, of putting your veteran quarterback in to have your running back and calm things down as Christy Bell is in on this 2-minute drive. Try and put him in position to win. But when I say by too good, Tommy, I just meant she's so dominant. I feel like I'm watching her play against the NC2A fellas out there.
Very high snap again, and Bell is just going to be able to fall on it. And that's a loss of about 7 yards.
Now here, you got to hurry now. Look at it, sitting around. Come on now. Get him to the line of scrimmage and get playing. Now that's 3 times in the last 4 snaps Robertson's done that. Just when we say she doesn't do it, now she's having trouble snapping it.
Now it's 3rd down. She'll fade back. Looking. Oh, and Roach just dropped the football. Pass was incomplete. That may be the first time I've seen Mary Rose Roach make that kind of mistake.
No question, Tommy. Well, you look at her head. Looking at the ball now, watch it snap around and look upfield. She's not even paying attention. She snaps around to see if she's got some space, and she just took her eyes off the ball. Now, see, there was about a 20 seconds wasted in there, Tommy. Getting up on the ground, what are we going to do? Just when we compliment them on clock management, people are kind of lollygagging around. Got to make a play.
Now Rick Reeder of Baltimore calls a timeout.
Can't allow those we say it every week when people, whether it's a player or a coach, allowing clocks, precious seconds to tick off the clock. Now, while you had it 52 seconds 2 plays ago, now you're down to 10. It's 4th down. You're a little bit panicked. You've had 3 snaps out of the 4 go high and had to have your quarterback make a great play and then get on the football for one of them. It's too much. You got to find a way to gather yourself, Football's not just about how far you can throw or who you can tackle, how fast you can run. It's about poise under pressure. It's about being able to manage it when it's, ball busting time. And these girls got to take care of their business, as does the coach, to put them in position to be successful.
Roach in at quarterback now. Let's see if this is the wild Roach. She's looking, and she's going to run. 20, 15, makes a move to the outside. 10, 5, touchdown!
That would be called the great equalizer on time clock. Okay, how good is she? Now, Tom, do you agree with me? Could you line her up with some of the fellas and say, hey, go make a play, and she could? Am I correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's some hellified players in this league, but at times she makes it look like she's playing against air. And Baltimore's no joke with DeHaven and some good players on defense. Kelly Campbell, the rest of them, and look at this. Mary Rose Roach takes an awful 2 or 3 play series there that they had going and takes it with 10 seconds to go into the end zone for a touchdown. Spectacular.
Philly going for 2. And we've got flags down.
Let me make this statement now, Tommy. We've had some great players, quarterbacks, running backs, linebackers, Gorman on defense. We know what they do out in L.A. and how good some of their players have been over the last 2-3 years. Tommy, Mary Rose Roach is the best football player the LFL's ever had.
Yep.
Period.
Without question. And now this is on Baltimore, so it'll be half the distance to the goal, and they can go for 2 points and be just that much closer. Sean, do you think there's a lot of question as which way they're going or who's going to catch it?
Well, if it's overloaded right, they're running right.
Here's the wild Roach. She's going to cut right back up the middle, and it's good. The 2-point conversion is good, and Mary Rose Roach makes it 16-6, Philadelphia with the lead.
Nice job. This is one of those, hey, we know you're running it right. Yes, we're telling you we're running it right, and we run it right, and we still get in with the world's best football player when it comes to females.
Let's go down to the field. Lauren Gardner standing by. Lauren?
Hey, thanks a lot, guys. I'm alongside running back Kyle DeHaven. Kyle, it's definitely a tight matchup out there. Let's talk defensively against Mary Rose Roach. What is it like going up against someone of that caliber?
I mean, it's tough. We haven't really seen anybody that's fast, that big. So not only do you have to break down and hit her hard, but you got to hit her good and catch her first. So we try to switch a lot of stuff up on defense, and I just think when you came out just flat-footed, we weren't ready. So we just got to bring it this match. Just forget about what happened the first match and just get hit her when we can. Stop her. She's a one-man show. We just got to stop her.
All right, thanks a lot, Kyle. Best of luck in the second half, guys.
Hi, Lauren. Thank you. Let's take a break. More action coming up next.
This is Friday Night Football.
Welcome back. Let's go inside the Baltimore locker room where Coach J.J. Morrison is letting his team know how he feels.
Stop the reaching. Now y'all know I don't go there, but all that damn reaching, we're not going to stop a damn thing. We have them in the backfield, but we reach it. That's not what we taught y'all. I was there. I know I didn't teach y'all that.
Take a look at the first half highlights and stats. There's DeHaven carrying the ball, and she is a beast. There you see, total yards almost doubled there for Philadelphia, and when Roach gets her hands on the ball, a good thing happened. But the main one is 1 passing yard. Even though it was only 15 for Philadelphia, Baltimore must respond by making more big plays, because if not, here's what happens. You see Roach, this was her first play from scrimmage at quarterback, getting the start today, takes it to the house untouched for the score. The domination, it's the rushing yards, which each week it seems Philadelphia wins. But if you're going to respond, this is the person to give it to, Kyle DeHaven. Although Philadelphia has done a great job of swarming to the football and stopping it. One big stop in the red zone early on for Philadelphia prevented another score by Baltimore. And there's the one mistake that Mary Rose Roach made, at least so-called big mistake, the interception to Charlie Jackson to give Baltimore field position. Baltimore does score. And then they bring in their backup quarterback, Morgan Spencer, for a few Tim Tebow-like plays to get it down close. And that's going to lead to the Stacey Moon touchdown as well to get Baltimore in it.
What can Baltimore do to get back in this?
Keep Mary Rose Roach on the sideline, and you got to have a couple home runs, Tommy.
That's a lot to ask.
Yeah, a little bit, but you asked, and I'm giving you whether they can do it or not. It's another whole thing.
We'll take a break. Second half's coming up. Stick around, LFL fans.
This is Friday Night Football.
Second half ready to get rolling. Baltimore looking for a shot at a win here. 16-6, they're down 10. 17 minutes on the board. And Morgan Spencer's set to kick off. Mary Rose Roach is deep. Here we go, baby.
You like that, didn't you, Tom? You like that one.
Yeah,
you want to burst out laughing right now.
I did. Nice kick back in the end zone. Roach is going to bring it out, and Roach gets taken down hard. Who else? Kyle DeHaven right there, and now DeHaven doing a little talking to Roach.
Oh, man alive, did you see? And it looked a little bit like Charlie Jackson was around there, too. There's DeHaven with the hit. Jackson came on late. Little hesitation by Mary Rose Roach, like she was waiting for something to open up. And when Kyle DeHaven's coming down the field, it doesn't stay open long.
She is so much fun to watch.
Oh, gosh. Well, there's a flag on the field. Let's check it in.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness.
We didn't hear the number. Maybe somebody took offense to the hard hit DeHaven put on Roach,
Could
huh?
be, yeah.
But you know what, Tommy? I don't care. You could have her in the third row of those. There's her stats, 0 for 3 throwing it, but with a pick. But let's look at the rushing stats. It's different. You could have Mary Rose Roach in the third row, backed up, and she'll find a way to get him out and make a play.
Here she is back in the end zone, in some trouble, trying to scramble, and she's going down at about the 2-yard line.
Now that's a good football play by Tiana Michaels again. We've seen her twice now handle Mary Rose Roach in the open field by herself, Tommy. And reason to celebrate, Tiana. I feel you. I don't know if 2 people have made solo tackles on Mary Rose Roach in their entire career, let alone 2 in the one game. Baltimore's trying to force a turnover, get this ball back to give them good field position and get back in it.
Make it 2nd down now. Roach looking, in some trouble. Now scrambles, gets out of the end zone, and she's going down hard. Ashley Helmstetter among others there on the stop. And Baltimore has come out here with a fury.
Great job by Ashley. Now look at this. If you leave a gap open, somebody else, nice pressure. Now look, there you go, Ashley. That's a great job of showing up. See, she stayed, kept her outside arm free, funneled everything back in. And when you funnel everything back in, there's Chandler Brown. He doesn't have much to shake his head about because he knows Roach can bail him out. But a great job by Helmstetter coming in and making the hit when it looked like Mary Rose Roach was going to dance through the hole.
They have got to throw the football twice now. It is 3rd and 9. Roach looking, steps up, throws, and that one wasn't close. And now, partner, it's 4th down. They've got to throw the football, and they're deep in their own territory.
Tommy, you know, we've seen Mary Rose Roach throw option passes in the past with Christy Bell's a quarterback, and she really powerful arm, but you can see now the difference. Oh, okay, I see the dance. You can see the differences for somebody who doesn't, even though she's a spectacular athlete. There's Baltimore, J.J. Morrison trying to make sure they can stop Roach, but Roach not getting a lot of work throwing the football. It's not been the same.
They've got to throw it. She's waiting, looking. Now she's going to run. Got to be a flag. There has to be a flag. She gets out to the 20, but that's procedure.
Can't run it. Got to throw it. There you go. Coach coming all the way out on the field. Cannot run the football. You got to throw it 2 times in 4 downs. And they'd run it twice and then threw it once. Cannot do it. There is no argument, folks.
Forward pass. Offense. As a loss of down, it'll be Baltimore's ball.
Loss of down. We've heard this discussed before, but loss of down now, partner. Baltimore is knocking on the door.
Yeah, and a lot of times we don't quite see it maybe on 4th down, Tommy, backed up like that, but I love the rule. That's the way you're there. Stacy struggled throwing the ball in the first half. She's coming out. Perfect opportunity for her to respond. This is a monumental field position switch, Tommy. But, you know, I think it's a great rule. If you're not going to throw it on 4th, to punish them, saying, listen, we're losing it down. It's like intentional grounding. You're not going to be able to do this and think that we're not going to get this call and we're going to miss it.
Backup quarterback Morgan Spencer is wide to the left. Now she comes in motion. It's a handoff to Spencer. She gets through 1 tackle, gets down near the goal line, and they're going to mark her down at about the 2-yard line. Spencer around that right side just threw herself into the pile, partner.
Nice job. And here's the one thing, though, when you got Morgan Spencer, and you know how I feel about this when you've got big, like the Cam Warners out in Seattle, big backs, or somebody that can run it, or Maria Kondrick out in Cleveland. We've seen this. I don't like my big pounded backs going east and west, or a receiver who's big and fit. Let's go north and south. You know, because when you got a Philadelphia team that's so fast, and we saw Gorman and Tampa do it too, they can get to that play. Run right at them. Use your size to your advantage.
Moon brings Spencer again, and now she's going around the left side, and it is a touchdown.
You know, that's good, solid football, Tommy. You run the little jet motion, send him in motion, and we saw the handoff. We've seen it 2 or 3 times to Spencer, and now this time It's just used as a little window dressing. Flag a fake in there and walk in with your guard outside pulling for you. Nice job by Baltimore with Latifah Williams on the right guard pulling out in front and getting out in front, untouched for Stacey Moon into the end zone. Now this is a perfect time to respond, and I believe you have to go for 2 here because you need 2 of these extra points to get back in it. And they're going to do that.
That's DeHaven right next to her. Moon gets some protection, lobs, and there was nobody there. She got hurried just a little bit. Well, the touchdown is good. We've got a 4-point game, 12:56 left. Moon takes it around the left side, walks it into the end zone, and we got a ball game. Welcome back. 4-point game, 16-12 as Chandler Brown talks to his team. Let's go to the sideline. Lauren Gardner standing by, partner.
Yeah, guys, the atmosphere here inside the First Mariners Arena has definitely picked up after that last Baltimore series and score. You can definitely tell quarterback Stacey Moon has gained a lot of confidence in going into this next offensive series. It's going to be very interesting to see what comes, guys.
All right, thank you, Lauren. Roach fades back. Got a little pressure, now rolls out. And very late throw, and the throw is incomplete. That's really a heck of a job by Roach because now she's gotten one pass out of the way.
You know what, and that's okay. Not taking the sack either, Tommy, because then it would have counted as a run. But here it is. Nice job by the protection, Robertson, Roy, and LaBella. But hey, you can't do it. Make a throw, get it close to a receiver so there's no grounding. Ooh, and Helmstetter gets a little knee in. Team comes to the rescue, but hey, little dig, that's what happens when you're playing competitive football. People get them in. Stephanie Orge didn't like it. Came and defended her girl. See if Roach can respond on second down.
Coming up on 12 minutes left. This is quarterback running the whole way. Here she goes across the 25 into Baltimore. Pulls the visor down now. Her team up by 4. Roach fumbled the snap. Now looking, steps up, throws toward the end zone, and it's just overthrown. Looking for Stephanie Orgy, and it's just overthrown and incomplete.
Good try. Steph went up to get it. And those shots are okay, Tommy. There's nothing wrong with throwing those down the field. You put it up at its highest point, see if, Steph can go up and get it. Doesn't. 3 downs with Mary Rose Roach is the equivalent of having about 6 downs with everybody else.
And she's going to get it.
That's what I'm saying. As long as it's not craziness or a ball's fumbled or snapped over her head, even then she finds a way to get it done.
4-point game, and Roach on a keeper around the right side, inside the 10. It's 1st and goal, Philadelphia.
And for people listening, now if this is the first time you're watching Mary Rose Roach and saying, man, all the adjectives and all the, you guys tell her how great she is. Well, there's a reason, folks, because this is like commonplace for her. Every time we've seen her play in the last couple of years, Tommy, matter of fact, this is probably an average game.
Absolutely,
correct?
yeah.
An average game for her, and she makes it look so simple and so easy, and such a humble young lady. And she's got a great team around her, but you just never get to talk about many of them because she's always got the football in her hand. But we will talk about LaBella Robertson and Roy up front and how their defense has responded too. But I'll tell you what, Baltimore will fight you and battle you. They're not going to mess around with this.
Now, Philly wants Baltimore to back off 3 yards. Baltimore is up there at the line of scrimmage. Now, Roach was really rattled by that. You could tell as DeHaven comes up with the sack. Roach was rattled, and it's the first time I've seen that.
Yeah, there you see DeHaven, 1 tackle, 5 sacks this year, or half a sack, in this game. Her statistics are alarming this year. The refs conferring over the defensive front. Waving the flag off as Roach tried to get it where there wasn't enough distance between the defensive and offensive front. But you saw DeHaven make the play, and one thing as a quarterback, while you can direct traffic, you still have to poise yourself and focus on what you're doing. But again, Mary Rose Roach, plenty of downs to do it, Tony.
She's looking here, flushed out of the pocket. She's going to run. She's inside the 10 to the 5, falls forward, touchdown! Mary Rose Roach comes around the right side and puts that baby in, and a big 6 points on the board for the Passion.
Now, I may be crazy, Tommy. What a great job by Mary Rose Roach. I'm not crazy about that. And gets into the end zone. We told you she only needs a down or two to take care of her business. Have they completed a pass tonight?
Not that I know
don't
of.
believe they did in the first half. We talked about the stats. I don't think they have, Tommy. And think about this. Now, wait a minute. They had 15 yards passing.
The one shovel pass to Roach that went for 15 yards.
Yeah, but it wasn't
Remember
Roach
that?
throwing it. Exactly.
It was Bell.
Right.
Here's the wild Roach, and she is in. The 2-point conversion is good. 24-12. Just under 9 minutes left. It has been a terrific show so far. Here's Roach coming around the right side. Helmstetter almost had her, but Roach takes it to the house, and Philly back in control.
Well, guys, I'm on Philly's bench, and it's interesting to note that MR has not completed any passes so far in this game. We know that Coach Brown said he had put Christy Bell in the first half just to give Mary Rose Roach a break. It will be interesting to see if he puts her back in to see if they can hook up and have Mary Rose run her game, which is really, as a running back, it seems to be.
All right, thanks, Lauren. Good point. 24-12, 8:40 left.
Still time.
But a sense of urgency now as Moon gives it to DeHaven, comes around the left side, and DeHaven gets about 7 yards on the play, and then fires the football at Roach, then pushes Roach away.
Tom, if I was a coach of this football team right now, I'd be lining up in no huddle right now. Got to get in line. This lollygagging around, the clock goes too fast. Why when you're down by 12 points are you doing this?
2 scores.
Why?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't understand. And it's exactly like you're playing a bunch of hacks on the other side of the ball when they get it back. You must have your plays, call them at the line of scrimmage, and stop going to 2 minutes with 2 minutes to go. Do it now.
Moon, the quarterback, fades back, looking, steps up, throws, and the pass almost intercepted. Was a little too tall. DeHaven couldn't hang on. That's one that she would normally catch, I think.
Right, and the clock's running even on an incomplete pass. Why are you huddling? I mean, I know it's tough to be a coach, Tommy, but the things you can control are this. This is your job to control the clock and get your girls in and out of the huddle. I don't know, what are you saving it for? You're taking an ass kicking right now. Go fix it. Give yourself and your team a chance.
Moon. Handoff. DeHaven comes off the left side, gets a first down. Got tripped up a little bit and kind of stumbled. She could have gotten a lot more, but it is a first down for Baltimore.
Right, and remember Philly's defense with Roy and Thomas and Angela Perfetto, who's had a really, really good season around the ball. Paranish, McCrary, Butler, Roach, they're all around the ball. We don't give them enough credit because their offense, but they keep other teams' scores low because they're so good, and then they just turn it over to Roach, and Perfetto takes over with the rest of them on defense, Tommy.
Chantel Ringgold now in at running back. Kyle DeHaven comes out. I'm not sure what happened to DeHaven. Little pitch to Ringgold, and she can't hang on. Ball is loose, and I think Philly got it. Oh, that's tough. Ringgold comes in at running back. They're still fighting over the football, and it is Philadelphia ball.
And that's going to do it, even though there's 6 minutes to go. Clock's running. Ringgold, I don't know if she didn't look the ball in or it came off a little too hot for her on the toss, but that's when a fresh body comes in off the bench. She isn't used to seeing it. DeHaven had to go out, the best football player, and there's the result. Regardless of that, Tommy, I have absolutely no idea with all these months of preparation, no idea why you aren't in a no-huddle. I'll beat this, I'll beat it and beat it and beat it because and people think that your program, it's 2 minutes to go, and that's just when we're going to get into the no-huddle 2-minute offense and hurry up. No, you're playing against the best team in the LFL.
And you're down. And you're down 2 scores.
Give your team and your players the best chance to win. And players, you need to call for that. Say, Coach, let's play no huddle. Let's get going. There's no shot now.
Roach in at quarterback. Hands off. Here's Jenny Butler, normally a defensive player. Butler comes around the right side. She got about 6 or 7 yards. Ashley Helmstetter on the stop. And it'll be second down and about 4.
Yeah, Coach Tom. Tom, you talk about when Christy Bell, they talk about her injury, and she's been injured a couple times the last few years. Did they really make this move because to replace an injury, and we saw Bell come in and play, or is it they think they're a better team with Bell at quarterback? And there's some really good talent surrounding Roach and the rest of them with Paranish and Lusby and Butler that we've talked about, Tommy. There's a lot of potential and young potential on this team to develop. I don't think they've played their best football yet, and I think they're the LFL's best team.
2nd and 4. Roach, phase, looking. She wants to throw the football. There's nobody open. That's terrific coverage. Now she's going to run it, and she is going. Oh, hold it. She got away and knocked out of bounds inside the 20. Call it a gain of a couple from the original line of scrimmage. Sean, she almost took a big loss.
She did, and almost another unassisted play by Tiana Michaels. Finally, Roach, nice job. Keep your feet moving. It almost looks like it's just like a video game, and Tiana had her, but you tackled her high this time, and that's what happens. And remember now, Philly with this win clinches a playoff berth, Tommy.
Yeah.
Clinches a playoff berth, and we know that they're a team that is one of those home field advantage type teams because they're so good. And people want to know if it's just on paper. 90% of their offense is just Roach, so as they get headed towards the playoffs, will they be able to expand their offense when they face better defenses in the playoffs?
Christy Bell back in at quarterback. Fakes a give to Roach. Now starts to look long. Throws it over the middle, and it's incomplete. And she had Roach for that little shovel pass.
Yeah, she sure did, but wanted to go down the field. Now, Christy Bell came off the bench and hit a shovel pass to Roach at one point, but I don't believe I've ever seen a team win a game when you're starting quarterback, and that was Roach has not completed a football the entire game, and haven't. Kate Osmond jumps into the game here for Philly.
4th down, they have to throw the ball. And now...
Pretty easy schedule they say for Philly so far this year, Tommy, but you can only play who's on there, right?
Yep, absolutely. Roach on 4th down, looking, steps up, throws, and it's caught for a 1st down and more. Caught by Whitney Paranish. Tiana Michaels there on the stop, and that's a big 1st down for Philly.
But that's there's that one completion by your starter,
Yep.
Paranish, who is a budding star in this league too. And nice job, very good patience by Mary Rose Roach. Gonna have to work on her mechanics a little in the offseason with holding one ball in her hand because a pass rush will knock that ball loose and cause problems. But right now it's almost a cakewalk, it seems, for Philly every week.
Jenny Butler back in at running back, and Butler's going to get it, and Butler is going nowhere. Terrific job by Jackson there on the stop.
Tommy, what kind of team is Baltimore?
Charlie Jackson. Baltimore
I just say the 2 straight wins coming into this game, and they were against expansion teams like Cleveland and Toronto.
Right.
But Toronto had only been together for about 6 days. So are we seeing a Baltimore team that's got great potential? And they got to get more physical in the offseason. A lot more DeHaven in them and Ashley Helmstead or that type. But if they get more physical, can we legitimately make them an Eastern contender, Tommy, as their quarterback continues to develop?
I think if the quarterback develops, as we got a timeout on the field, we've got a shot at it. Quarterback continues to develop, good things can happen because DeHaven is a player like Roach you can really build around.
And we've seen Tiana Michaels and Opal Jones in the secondary have done a great job against the pass, among other friends, of limiting Philadelphia. So there are some positives for Baltimore. I would like to pick up the tempo on offense. You got to find your identity, Tommy. But also Philly may have to expand their offense in order to make things happen in the playoffs.
Here's Lauren Gardner standing by. Partner?
Well, Tom, for most it might be a little chaotic down here on Philly's bench. Offensive series has really been a lot like a revolving door with different players coming in and out. Christy Bell coming in as quarterback, Jenny Butler coming back off. When I asked Coach Brown if this was just to give him a rest, he gave me this knowing look and a smile. I'm not really sure what it means, but he seems to have it figured out. I personally think it's a little chaotic, guys.
Yeah, Lauren, I think that's a good point.
And Lauren, great job. And that's why you and I and Tommy are doing this, and the coaches handling all the chaos. That's a very good point. And that's the great ones. And Chandler Brown's one of the best in this league, Tommy.
Without
both
question.
Of these coaches. Both of these coaches. And Rick has done a great job with Baltimore for what he's had and had to pick up some new players this offseason. So good coaches handle chaos.
2nd down. Roach continues to scramble, in some trouble, and she's going down.
Well, Helmstedter's a really good. Tommy, talk about an understated football player.
Oh, yeah.
Came over from Miami when that team wasn't going to play this year, making such a long commute to practice and play, and loves it. And I've talked to her, and she just loves to play and wants to get. And she's really not she's kind of new at this thing, trying to become a better player. But I'll tell you what, I believe her instincts make her look and respond like a player. Wiped off the flag. There is no flag. But Tommy, you can tell we watch players in this league that get it. That get it. Now Philly's going to clinch this and go to the playoffs, and will be the leading candidate to win for sure in the East and to be in the LFL. But they can be beat. There's a team out in the West, Las Vegas, saying, not so fast, my friend.
Roach fades, looks. Now
open.
she's going to tuck and run inside the 5, and she is in. Touchdown. Mary Rose Roach does it again, but hold the phone. Procedure called.
Failure to throw a forward pass. Offense number 6.
Mary Rose Roach, Tommy, I don't think she's comfortable reading the defense throwing. She's got her go-to in that crutch is running the ball. And you see this, she's got to understand the situation. Fortunately, they're winning.
They can do so many things. Helmstetter with a great tackle. Baltimore's right there, ready to challenge.
This is Friday Night Football.
So 4th down now, and Philadelphia must throw the football. 2 minutes left.
Now, well, Tommy, why did they didn't lose it down when Mary Rose Roach did it backed up and now they don't?
Got me. She'll fade back now to midfield, throws this one into the end zone, and it is incomplete. Nobody there, and Baltimore will take over.
Intended for Heather Roy. Now, Tommy, let me go over this again so we have some consistency for the fans at home.
Right.
They were backed up and it went forward on 4th down. She didn't throw, she ran it earlier. And they
Penalty.
lost it down. Baltimore got the ball and scored.
Right.
This was 4th down, correct?
Correct.
The play before this was 4th down.
Correct.
She ran instead of threw when she had to throw. They penalized her but didn't take away the down.
Didn't take away the down.
And they got the ball. Now they get the ball back anyway because of the incompletion. But what if she throws a completion?
What if she throws a touchdown?
My point is, where the hell's the consistency with these calls? All of a sudden, if you're backed up, we take it down away. If you're in their zone, we don't. You with me on this?
I'm with you.
Am I
partner.
correct or am I?
I am right there, right next to you.
Got to get it straight, officials. Make it easy for these fans at home.
Minute 52, and almost a big problem. There's a problem, but almost that was a huge problem. Fumbled the snap.
Forget the fans at home, Tommy. Make it easier for you and I so we have an understanding of what's going on with the officials. I mean, that was as inconsistent as you'll get. So I would imagine why the fans at home would bitch a little bit about that, correct?
Absolutely. Helmstetter with the carry. Perfetto there on the stop. And
can I yell to the referees and say, it was a loss of down? It's a tough job. I wouldn't want it, but you can handle that part.
Yeah, exactly. Moon fading, looking, and the pass is incomplete.
Now,
Short, looking for DeHaven.
That's
and
pass
DeHaven's
interference.
double covered.
Yeah, but that's pass interference, Tom. You got to turn and locate the ball. It's an underthrow. Nice job in the secondary. Excellent job by Philadelphia, and I think that was Jenny Butler, number 3, back there covering. But if you're going to take the shots down the field, turn and locate the ball. That face guarding thing, even if it's double coverage, you got to take shots now. There's a $1:13 to go. You got to have some kind of big play. But if the defensive back doesn't turn and locate, it's a face guarding. I mean, you got to have, let's get a pass interference call on that and do this right. All I ever ask for in anything is consistent.
That's it. If you tell me this is the strike zone for the game, I know what I've got to do.
Exactly right. You can't call a low ball and then all of a sudden it becomes a strike in the 4th quarter, or the fourth inning or the 6th inning, excuse me.
Moon fades, looking under some pressure, looking long, and the pass is incomplete and knocked away, looking for DeHaven, and DeHaven's fairly slow to get up, and you know what? With pretty good reason.
Yeah,
she's taking a beating tonight.
No question about it, Tommy. And I've never seen in a game. Nice job by Stacy. I think Stacy's got the poise, Stacy Moon, to be a good player in this league. And you got to take your chances here and try to hit that home run. Tommy, I've never seen 2 teams rely more on one player on each side than these 2 teams in this league. DeHaven and Roach, you take those 2 away and we got an even ball game. And a lot more players involved.
Yep. A minute left. Handoff goes around the left side. Williams with it, and she'll get a couple. That was 4th down, and Philly gets it right back.
Yeah, see, I don't understand, Tommy. I understand why you may be building for the future, but not today. I'm not trying to build for the future on plays. I'm trying to get in the end zone and make some things happen. And there's really good players on both sides of the ball. They're just outnumbered by Superman, Batman and Robin, or Superman.
Oh, yeah.
And, one of the Fantastic Four with DeHaven and Mary Rose Roach. I have a hunch with that team in the white and the green trim, we'll be playing really, really late in January.
Yeah, maybe early February.
Yeah, you think?
There is that chance, although Orlando, Tampa are going to try and have something to say about it.
And I promise you with that attitude,
the war on I-4 is going to be a big one.
I promise you with the attitude that goes on in Tampa and Orlando, they'll have something to say about this.
Roach, little swing pass. And that one is caught. Osmond's got that one. You mentioned she just checked in a little bit ago, and she makes a catch here, good for 8 yards. It'll be 2nd and 2.
Nice little confidence builder for Kate, getting her going on this. Comes right there out of the backfield. Nice job by Roach, patient. Get it out in the flat. Guys, the coverage getting back, check it down, 7-8 yards every time. Very smart play, good play. Clock stopped, but it'll continue to roll here, and Philadelphia is going to clinch a playoff berth. Still wondering what the identity for Baltimore is other than Kyle DeHaven overall. They've got some good players, and they will continue to build this. But Orlando, Tampa, you got some say in this thing with Philadelphia. Let's see how that goes as we head into the December and January playoff picture.
52.8, and really Philly just needs a couple yards here. And there it is. Roach comes around the right side and gets the first down, and that'll do it.
And not real concerned with point differential. When you're sitting on top of it and you dominate everybody, not a big deal for Philly. And this one, it is for teams that are sitting on the bubble, but won't be a matter for Philly. They're going to win this. And
they're going to be one of the two teams that represents the East. They're in the playoffs. This is it for them. Point differential is so good, they just have to run one more play now. Philly has got this one. This is done. They're going to the playoffs. Take a knee here, and it's over.
Who do you think the MVP is?
Yeah. That official right there.
Yeah.
She's just unbelievable.
Mary Rose Roach, you're pretty good.
And fun to watch.
Yeah.
Should just take a knee here. Got to get the play off, and they just do. Now she comes around the right side, and she didn't just take a knee. 2 seconds, 1 second, and that is it. 24-12 the final. Now we got a little fisticuffs after the session.
There's the overall stats. I mean, look at the left-hand category of the rushing yards. And then the second half, Philly really upped their time of possession, although it didn't matter because of the domination. You look at the stats, you say, okay, pretty decent other than total yards. But the conversions on fourth down and bottom line is points. You got the MVP in this, in my opinion, right now in this league. Get in the end zone 3 times, you're tough to beat.
And she's a darn good defensive player. She does so many things on the field, returns kicks, quarterback, running back. She can do just about everything.
She's spectacular, and trying to stop her is a chore in itself. Great job by Baltimore in their effort, but Philadelphia is clearly the better team right now.
24-12 Philly with the win. See you next week, everybody. Good night.